Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of City Thots. I am your host today, Sean. This is Ivan and Sam.
Hey.
What's up?
Yeah. So, how's everyone doing this week?
It's been
I had this week off. Oh.
Rough as in not like bad. It's just been I've been throwing my body to the wind and just carelessly doing things. But other than that, it's been pretty good. You know, it's been
Self-inflicted. I feel no pity towards you.
Yeah, no one has
it's the
don't have
blonde in
sympathy.
me now, dude. I think blonde Ivan is just a little bit more.
Is this your first episode blonde?
It's my first episode blonde.
Oh shit.
So-
You guys are not gonna like blonde Ivan.
I think blonde Ivan's the most powerful version of Ivan.
In a
That's
bad
why I went
way.
back to being blonde. I think I was like too watered down.
So, I do blondes have more fun?
Blondes have way more fun, dude.
I regret asking that question.
Yeah. Retract.
I was like, no.
I've been going out, having fun, you know. I feel like the blonde also is just like, you just stand out, you know? So it's just like...
I'm in like the complete different. I'm hibernation. I barely stand up every day. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's true. You've also just been having your week off. You're just
Yeah, that's true.
slothing.
No, before that though.
Even before that.
January 1st, I was like, and that's it. Horizontal.
2024.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's it.
Horizontal movements only.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How you
it's
doing,
been rough.
Sean?
It's good. It's good. I'm happy the snow's gone. I hate the snow.
That was gone really fast too.
Snow before Christmas is like semi-nice, and then if it happens after Christmas, I'm like, no, this is
Really?
unacceptable. I hate it. There's no point. Doesn't look pretty anymore. No,
It was
I hate
still
it.
pretty.
No, I hate
Do you like
snow.
snow?
I like it for like a day or two, you know?
I like going out for a walk in the snow. It's
I
so
hate it. I hate
It's
it.
so peaceful. It's like
I see it. I'm like outside my window, just like I'm like shaking my fist at the snowflakes
No,
as they
I wouldn't.
fall.
I wouldn't like snow if I had somewhere to go.
I was about to say, like, driving in it sucks.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like it. But you don't drive. So
Sky train.
Still delays the trains, okay?
That's true.
You know what it's like out there, waiting for a delayed SkyTrain, blistering wind in my
Tough.
face.
Yeah,
Blistering
that's
wind.
tough.
That was really cold that one
It was
week.
super cold.
Dude, we were like
It was
negative
super
13.
cold.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like walking around for maybe 3 steps from car to door, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
did
Wow,
my
3 whole
face
steps.
like cut from
Oh.
the wind? Like it
One
felt
of the
sharp."
things, because I have like a mustache, like it's like shorter now because it was like annoying me. But when I like breathe, like it'll start to freeze on my mustache when it's really cold out, and I have to like put my like hand over my face and like breathe on it to like thaw out my
I'm
mustache. And
Dead.
it's
You walk
yeah.
inside and it's just
I'm
like
just like-
dripping a little bit.
The
Yeah.
icicles just falling off my beard.
It's so
like,
yeah, it's
funny.
gross.
There's like clips of like NFL coaches during the past couple of games that like back in Buffalo and stuff like that. It's just hella snow, but they play through it. And the head coach, he has a huge thick stash, but like they do like a zoom in cam, it's just like icicles are forming where his like nose
no.
hairs. It's actually so funny.
It's criminal that they make them play.
Yeah.
during
Yeah,
that
that's
weather.
rough.
It's just what
That's
it
rough.
is.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're not wearing anything more, are they?
No, they're just wearing like their usual
normal
stuff. Like
that-
they always have their hand warmers.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's rough. But they're getting paid the big bucks.
That's
that.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like snow just on the mountain. Keep it on the mountain.
But
down
imagine
here.
being from like Miami and then going to like a cold state and then playing. Like, are you equipped for that?
You'd probably be just like a little shook. But I guess
That's
it's
some,
like
like,
if you've been
home
playing for a little
Advantage
bit.
right there.
Like the West Coast teams are just like, this is another day.
But there's so many like indoor stadiums and like artificial turf. I'm like, if I'm playing in like the
That's
highest
true.
league, I'm like, build me a roof, you know?
Also,
Don't
as like
subject
a
me to
fan,
the outdoors.
Don't make me go watch outside. Like, I'm not moving, but I guess I could wear warmer clothes. Whatever.
It's just an extra. It's that extra spice, you know, a little extra.
No.
Well,
It was like
Merry
home turf
Christmas.
advantage.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you got your environment on your side. What if you're just like, I know the winds.
Imagine it's like the worst team, but like their little biome is like the craziest weather. So they win all their home
The home
games because
games.
no one can survive.
One of their just team members is a weather forecaster.
They knock down
Yeah.
the
It's like the
indoor
casual
field.
halftime tornado goes by and
Yeah.
like, oh.
He's like,
have a
oh,
while.
it's the El Nino winds.
Yeah.
I know this.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah.
it's also my birthday coming up later this week.
Oh shit.
The
Sean Day.
end of my 20s are coming up
I
soon.
don't want to hear it.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I was I've been like thinking about
He's turning 29. He's not
turning
30.
29, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like another year older, another year wiser. And I'm like, I'm really not any wiser.
Wiser.
No,
is crazy.
I really want to feel older by the subjectiveness of the word old. I'm just like, I'm so me.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you see that video on TikTok that was like the whether or not an age is young or old, but it's not linear? It was like 23, old. 24, young. 27, old. 28, your life has just started. Like, it was like, and that's so true.
Yeah.
40s, young. 50,
You're old.
yeah.
So where's 29? Where's
old.
29?
I
I
feel
feel
like-
like it's old.
I feel like it's old. And then
Yeah.
30 is...
I feel like 30 is
30,
still old.
31 is young.
is young.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, you're right.
I can see that.
Okay, well, welcome to your old age.
Yeah, I was thinking about all the skills that I'm like supposed to have by now that I like don't
Like
have.
what?
Like all the things like that. Like I was in the shower and for some reason I was
Were
like,
you
no, I was not. I was not. But
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
I was like thinking back because I remember me and Sam were having a conversation about stupid things that we are supposed to be able to do that we can't do. And we were talking about, you usually see it in like movies or like a meme or something, whereas the person does this to see what their left and right is.
You're supposed to stop doing that at the age of 5.
No, I did, but then I kept thinking about all the other skills. I'm like, I never learned how to properly read music. I remember I played the saxophone for like
Okay, but
2
do
years.
you need
not
to
a
do
skill.
that
And
as
like
a
I would just like
31
put all like the letters under the thing and I would just write it out
I've
like
never
that.
known how to do that.
Did you ever play an instrument?
Yeah, I played saxophone in grade 7 band.
You
Wow,
guys,
it's the same thing. So then how did you read the music then?
Besties!
If you couldn't read the notes, then what did you do?
Oh, I guess I could, but I definitely can't now.
yeah, I used to be able to, and now I just.
Oh, you had to like physically write all of them.
Yeah, there was like
God, that's so
it was like
embarrassing.
I know it was rough. It was rough.
Okay, that's not
Dude.
something you should know by 30.
I don't know. That's not a skill. Like that's not a 30-year-old.
But it's
skill.
all like the things I was just like, oh,
He was just
I should-
lazy.
I should
He
know
was-
these by now.
His
you
mind
know?
was not.
Really? I feel like
doing
30-year-old
things.
skills like how to do your taxes.
Oh yeah,
and,
I can't do that.
Taxes is a scam. Taxes is like a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like something like skill you should know. Maybe like do like
Scam that you could get.
basic repairs and shit
yeah.
like that. But like reading music.
I don't know. It's just like I thought I would be able. I'm like Nick Cannon in like Drumline or whatever. Like I'm the best, but I can't read
I can't
my music
read.
sheets.
My hands move, but my brain doesn't.
No.
Interesting. Okay. What's a skill you at right now? You wake up tomorrow or for your birthday, God is like, here's your 30-year-old skill. Are you gonna take the music?
Skill?
You're gonna take the music reading?
No, I wanna learn how to
be
be
a-
like really good with like a knife. You see those
Knife
like
skills.
chef
Yeah,
videos,
knives.
and they're
Yeah.
just like doing it in like the sushi chefs in such a like seductive way. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I wanna like master a knife. I think
Yeah.
that would be really cool.
That's
Yeah.
That's more valid than the music one.
Yeah,
True,
that's like
true.
not only attractive but also helpful, like
Yeah.
useful
Yeah.
to your life. You
Like,
know.
I have the worst knife skills.
Same.
So like
I can see
sometimes
that.
Sometimes I'm like,
Yeah.
they're like, I'm like, can you prep the onions or whatever? I'm like, yeah, sure. Picks up the whole thing, goes into like a corner, just
I feel like you could tell. That would be a funny like diss at somebody. You look like you have terrible knife skills.
yo.
And I feel like you could tell.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
could definitely tell you had no good
What do
knife
you
skills.
mean? Okay,
Yeah,
it's like
just
I can cook. I just have terrible knife skills. It's just like I just don't give a frick. I'm just like
Yeah, like this motion
like-
in general.
'Cause it's supposed to
should
be like
just,
a-
should just
Yeah,
tell
should
you
be like
how
a-
bad
like
his
a
knife
use
skills
the
are.
blade.
Every
Yeah.
time I'm cooking, I'm like, I attempt to be like, is this how you're supposed to do it? And then I'm like, it's not working.
Yeah,
But I think I
halfway
need
through.
like crazy sharp knives too.
yeah. That's the thing. I feel like usually I'm using dull knives that I'm not gonna blame it all on the knife here. Okay, that I'm
all the
definitely
knife. It's not me.
70% at fault. But having a sharp knife because when they go like like you ever use a knife like a really shitty
yeah,
knife
like, I can't do that.
and you go and it's just like it's sauce and you go like
yeah.
yeah. See, it's I
It's
don't know.
really rough. I had to like sharpen all my knives, and I don't think I did it right because none of them are sharp. I'm like trying to cut it through a
Okay, yeah,
tomato. It's
the
just not
first time
working.
I did it, I was like, this doesn't seem right. I feel like I ruined, like I like kind of fucked up
The
my
sides
knives.
just all scratched.
Yeah, I was like,
It's like you get the 70 grit sandpaper out, and you
Yeah.
just go to town, right?
yeah.
okay, what's your skill that you would want?
I feel like, I don't know. I asked this question. I didn't really think much about it. I think I got all of the good ones.
I don't know about that.
Definitely not. Definitely not. I'm just
We're
kidding.
changing this episode. All the things I was bad at.
You go next, and then because night skills actually is a good one. I'm trying to think of.
Oh, I would want to be able to dance. Me and Catherine watched Step Up 1 and 2 the other day, and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be so good if you could just dance really well?
What kind of dance? Like
Probably like street style.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
just Sam like
Ballet.
trumping and
Or ballet would be cool, but like I can't whip that out in a regular
Just
setting.
she was on a 720 pirouette like in the middle of the club. Okay, I mean, but that's just a skill. Is that a skill you have, like you should have by 30? Or
Wait, was that the question?
I thought we were talking about skills you
Oh,
should have by 30.
I thought it was
I
just
was
any
talking about
skill.
like the
He's
skills
talking
that I
fucking
thought I
left and
should
rights and
have,
shit.
That's
and
what
then
I'm
I was
saying.
like talking about all the if you got to level up and have another skill, I think singing would be one. Whenever I go to karaoke,
Yeah, but
I
singing
realize
can
how
be
bad
like
I
a
am.
total ick sometimes. Like someone who's actually really good at singing that busts it out.
but I want to be good
Dan-
enough
dancing
to
is
like
too,
not
in a
be
way, though.
self-conscious about it, not good
Yeah.
to be good.
That's fair.
Yeah. Like
That's
if
true,
there's any
that's true.
skill, then like singing and dancing would be a good one. Or like playing an instrument really well would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But an instrument, like you get too good, and that's like the grossest thing ever.
Straight.
Like
You're
someone
like,
brings the
"Let me bring it
guitar
out."
to like that, and you're like,
Because I think that's the thing is when you get that good, you want to show that you're good at it.
Mm-hmm,
And then that's where it's like the fine line of, is this impressive or is this icky? I feel like dancing is like the one where it could happen naturally enough where you're not just like breaking down in the middle of your living room.
Dancing
you know
can
what I
be
mean?
pretty icky.
It can
too.
be. It totally
get
can
icky,
be.
too. Like
Singing, I'm like,
it's
if
all
you're
about
like
the-
belting in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere. Although I went to karaoke recently and there were some people that were really good at singing, and I was like, wow, they're so good.
you know
So
what?
maybe it's fine.
Like I feel like the karaoke and the singing, it's like I feel it goes back to like the nonchalantness of it. It's like the instrument.
Yeah.
If you bring your own guitar or ukulele or whatever to the function,
That's true. That's true.
and you're like
karaoke. That was like a setting
damn,
for
guys,
it.
let me
Yeah.
just bust out here. But if it's like in the corner and you're like, oh, it's there, and someone's like, whoa, Sean, can't you play the guitar? You're like, no, I can't. And you're like, no, you can't. And then like you just chill, play. That's
Okay.
attractive. Karaoke, you're not like punching. Everyone's punching in like the Killers, Fall Out Boy, Usher, and you're like Whitney Houston. Like cue up.
Everyone
and then,
shut up. Shut up.
everyone, yeah, everyone goes here.
Shut up. Give me both mics. Both mics.
Give me
Yeah,
both
yeah,
mics, and then like
Count me in.
yeah, you know, it's icky. Like it could be like the most like random, random song, and then like someone passes you the mic, and you're like, na, 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 and then
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah,
like, what?
one of the things I absolutely can't stand is when someone's singing and then their bottom like lip keeps
like,
moving.
reverberates.
I'm just like that. That's one thing
Sorry,
I can't.
I never
I
want to see
can't.
you do that. Very
I just can't get over it. Like I'll see it, and it just makes me feel like crawling.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's true. Well, honestly, anytime they're like closing their eyes.
It's the eyes closed,
Yeah.
head to the side, and they're like just neck veins going.
Neck veins, not the neck
Yeah,
veins.
yeah. I'm like,
We're just jealous of people who can
shots?
sing.
We are jealous. We are jealous.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Did you choose one?
I'm trying to still think of a 30-year-old like
Okay,
my
okay. If
30
it was
skill.
30,
Like
then,
not just any skill you want in the world. It'd be like
then mine probably would be just better at understanding all things finances. Like just being like really dialed in with like investing, taxes, like everything that needs to be done in that realm. Like my dad is up there and he does all of that for me. I'm like,
financial
I don't know.
literacy is.
Yeah.
I think that's actually really attractive. If someone knows their financial, I'm like, fuck, you've grown.
We'd be so powerful.
Yeah. But it's just a good skill to have.
Right now I'm just like medium. Just
Medium powerful.
Medium.
I got that like TikTok, like Google, YouTube knowledge.
Yeah. I believe what anyone says on the internet. They're
Yeah,
like,
it's
do
true.
this. I'm like, okay.
Do this. Like, oh,
I will.
done.
If
Sold.
I
On my
buy
way,
this
on my
course and follow you on Discord, I'll make millions. Sign me up.
Maybe not that.
They have like 500 followers.
Yeah. It's like, trying to think, what is a useful 30-year-old skill? You know what? I think mine, like I would say I'm a good cook, but I think there's
like a
tiers to
really
cooking,
good
right?
cook.
There's the you can't cook, like if your life depended on you, like for whatever reason, you just aren't made for the kitchen. And then I think the next tier is you're an instructional cook. Like there's a recipe in front of you and you can follow the recipes, you can measure stuff out, and you just, you can control your heat, do all that stuff, you just get it. And then me and Vince, we call it jazz cooking.
Jazz.
I want to get into jazz
Okay.
cooking.
Where
Jazz
you just,
cooking
like,
is
you
like
have a theme.
what's in the fridge, and
Yeah.
you go like
Oh,
boom,
yeah.
boom, boom, and you just know like, okay, I got this, and you can make something mean. Not just like, oh, I can just keep making pasta because I have noodles and some garlic and tomatoes, but like you can really put things together and make like just any dish that isn't just like a basic like a steak or a pasta, but like yeah, like I can make tom kha from the top of my head because I know I have like this in the fridge.
Just casually have lemongrass in the fridge.
I'm Vietnamese. I do have
Sorry.
It's very normal.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. So I think jazz. I want to get good at jazz cooking.
Yeah, that's another one that's like I think all of those were attractive and also really useful.
Yeah.
But maybe we only think that's attractive because we're old.
I think this is when you're older.
We're like, yeah.
Like before, like when you're younger, it's like, is he good looking or is she good looking? And like, are they nice people?
Now it's like, you know how to do your taxes?
It's like,
Yeah,
damn.
the skills used to be so different. Like
Yeah.
I feel like young in like grade school, it's like,
He can
they can
drive.
play one sport.
Yeah,
or
it's like athletic or like an
Yeah.
instrument or something, or they're smart, and like that's all is required.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
that person runs really fast.
I know Sean's skill.
Just run real fast. I ran so fast, I never learned how to drive.
But yeah, no, it's definitely attractive. They don't just load up their T4 and TurboTax. They go into like the other categories and start deductions. I'm like, whoa, you got those?
No, it's
My
taxes
parents have
is scary.
tried. Yeah, they've tried to teach me every single year, and I'm like, I'm just gonna sit next to you while you do it.
Yeah.
So I haven't learned. I'm like, oh yeah, I really like it when you do it though. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's
I
different.
think you do it better.
My love language is when someone does my taxes.
Honestly,
Honestly,
that's acts of service.
that's a lot of things. It's just that's words of affirmation.
That's
Yeah,
words of
like,
affirmation.
tell me to do
That's
my
gift
taxes.
giving.
It's a gift.
That is gift giving.
What are you guys like?
Love language.
Love language. Yeah.
Like to give or receive.
Let's start off with receive. What do you like to receive?
Physical touch.
Moving
No,
away.
a lot of guys. No, it's
I
not,
feel like
it's
yeah.
not.
When I talked to you, you were like you didn't say physical
I
touch,
don't
and
like
I was
physical
like,
touch.
you're probably one of the few guys I know that wouldn't say physical touch right off the bat. You too.
Yeah,
Sean's
no.
like, do not touch me.
Yeah.
Do not.
Sensory overload. I'm
Yeah.
like, ah!
Yeah. I don't know. Like I give physical touch, but I think every guy gives physical touch.
That's so weird how you don't like it, but you give it. That's
It's
Yeah,
like I
that
don't-
is weird.
I don't care for it back. Like
Like you're not like, oh my god, they hate me if they don't touch you. That's
No,
what you're saying.
my top
okay.
two
But
is
if you like them, you're like,
quality time and acts of service.
okay.
Those are my two. They want to hang out with me and like you help me out. I'm like top two. And then the third one would be probably physical touch. Then I don't care about words of affirmation too much. But yeah.
Yeah, mine have like it's always been acts of service top. Like I feel like that. I used to always say like with my love languages, I can't tell because it's not like if you don't give me any of those, I'm suddenly like, oh, they don't like me anymore. But if I could choose one, I want acts of service because that helps my life, right? Because that makes me that helps. So I'm like, is that a love language or is it just me choosing which one benefits me the most?
It's like both though.
Could
It's like
be.
it helps you, but they're helping you because they care about you.
Yeah,
you know?
but I also think it's like a very attractive trait, and yeah, I enjoy it, and I think it equates to their thinking of me. Like if they're helping me, they're thinking of what they can do to take away from my load or whatever,
Yeah.
and make my life easier. So that is definitely my top one, and I think it's probably my top one for giving too. But then it depends on like who I'm with and what situation. Because right now I kind of feel like I like all of it. I'm like, I want
everyone wants all of
quality
it.
time. I want physical touch. I want words of affirmation.
Damn, you greedy.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll give. But then I also feel like right now I'm giving all of them. Like I'm not doing one more. Probably if it was more naturally, acts of service is my most natural one.
Yeah.
But I'll dabble. I'll switch it
Let's
up.
say you're runner. Give me
I'm
your
a
top
little
two.
shuffle.
Give your top two gives.
Top two gives
Yeah.
is acts of service and probably words of affirmation. But yeah, I switch it up sometimes. Like I love like giving a little gift every once in a while.
Okay.
I came home with a little treat.
Okay.
That's so fun.
Gift giving's like at the bottom for me on both ends.
I like gift giving.
Yeah.
It's like, when you find an opportunity, you have something that they've mentioned somewhere along the line and you remembered it. You like cared to write it down. I
Yeah.
think that's important.
Or you
You're
see
really
Because it's like you're always
something-
listening.
Yeah, you see something that you're like, oh man, my partner would have really liked that. That's fun.
Yeah. Because also gift giving is kind of goes into acts of service a little
Yeah.
bit, depending on what the item
Yeah.
is. It's like, this is something thoughtful that you will
True.
enjoy, that you'll use in your everyday life.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I feel like with those things, I would probably put more acts of service. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the kinds of people I've dated, or like my nature. It's like when I think gift giving, I'm like,
Louis bag.
I'm like, here's
Oh,
the Louis
fair
bag.
It's like, I
Fair
hate
enough.
giving
Yeah.
Louis bags.
Yeah,
Why do they all want Louis
I'm like,
bags?
it's not that great, guys.
Are you sure you don't want me to vacuum for you
Yeah,
instead,
yeah,
honey?
yeah. But yeah, for me, accessories is like little stuff like, oh, that, like it's just like the little thing you needed. It could be like ran out of toothpaste or something. Or like you wanted like something to hang your toothbrush in the mirror. I'm like, oh, so like Amazon for $5. Here you go.
Exactly, like little things that just make their life better.
But yeah, I guess in my head when I think gift card, it's always like something grandeur, and I'm like, I don't really care for that.
That's fair.
Can't think of that.
Yeah.
I was also thinking, since I'm getting older now, I'm reaching my old age. I was thinking all like my bucket list things, and I'm like, okay, what do I need to get done before I'm like too old to enjoy things?
Oh shit.
I'm like thinking of like in my old age, I'm like, what does perfect retirement look like? It's like if I could just veg out and like play video games all day. And then my personal hell would be like, what if my eyesight and my reflexes are too slow? So I'm there. I'm like, I got so much time, but I suck at video games now.
You already do that.
Yeah, I was like, why is that ideal? You're already
Because then you got the time, you know, that
Right,
retirement.
right.
No one's gonna bug you for things. You're just going crazy.
But I wonder if you'll like it as much because it's now too available, you know?
I don't know. The game's got to get better, you know.
That's true.
Unless they go like full immersion, like
I
full
know.
VR, and I like can't move at that time.
Like, I'm
I'm
scared.
gonna be like I was born in the wrong generation.
No, I'm waiting for Elon to do that Starlink where it's just all in your head. Then it doesn't matter about your age. You can
True.
you're sort of onlining it. Like,
That's crazy.
Have you seen Disney just put out this? There's like an inventor that works for Disney, and he just made this. It looks like a platform, and the platform, no matter which way you step, it brings you back to the middle. So if you're in like virtual reality, you'll keep moving away, but it like just brings you and centers you
kind of like a treadmill, but
in
like,
every direction.
In every direction.
Does it move faster if you're moving faster?
I think it has a like a max speed of what it
Okay.
can go, but I was just watching it, and there's 2 people on it, and they're both being dragged back to the same area.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
But so you're just like, yeah, you can play virtual reality games.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But then I'm curious, like, you know, when you're on a treadmill and you like stop or like start, like it's pretty jostling to have your like ground move from beneath you.
It must be pretty smooth.
It's pretty smooth.
It must like.
It
be-
looks like there's small rollers
Okay.
that just fan out in every direction, and it just rolls you back to the middle.
Interesting.
Interesting. Kind of like quicksand, like just pulls you back almost in the middle, but like
Quicksand sounds terrifying,
Yeah,
but
that's-
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if it's
kinda.
quicksand.
Like, whirlpool. I don't know.
Like,
Yeah.
That's crazy. I could like imagine like 20 years from now, it's like Blade Runner. You know, we just have AI girlfriends. Like Japan's already doing it in some ways. There's like dudes marrying their DSs and
Oh God.
like sex dolls that are just way too far advanced.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I'm scared for what's 20 years from now.
Just put the AI in the sex doll.
Like, like
Perfect.
hey, you know how there's like the new like it's like Chat GPT boyfriends.
Yeah, I've seen
Like,
those.
people are
I've seen
doing
those.
that. So you can like, you know, obviously know what Chat GPT is, right? Like people for fun, they'll like create these AI boyfriends. They'll just talk to them on there. What would you do if you found your partner like having an AI Chat GPT girlfriend? Like, is that cheating? Is that weird?
Oh, that's so weird.
Right?
Wow, that's crazy.
Like he's like slow texting you and not replying to you, but he's been like talking to ChatGPT girlfriend. Like he's like, oh, having full on weird conversations with her, and he's just really into it.
That's so weird.
That's
like, can
so
you cheat
weird.
if there's no other person?
But it's like just AI.
Yeah.
It's not even like is that emotional cheating?
I
or
think
is
it
that-
would depend on like what they're using it to fulfill. Like what is missing that they're like, I need to go talk to my Chat GPT. Like, do they just need a little bit of affirmation without like asking for too much in their real life? Okay, maybe that's passable. But if they're out here being like, oh baby, you are so sexy tonight, like, you know what I mean? Like,
No, but okay, let's say like
I don't know
let's
about
say you and your
that.
partner got into a fight, right? And you guys like I just need to cool it, like just
you would not believe.
just it goes to like
Just said to me.
AI Jessica, and then it's like, what do you think about this, Jessica? Blah 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 blah, and she's just like,
You
she's like,
are
baby.
right.
you are correct. You know, but yeah, or he's like, thanks, Jessica, you totally get me. Like Sam could never.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should
the-
dump that bitch, is what she
Yeah.
says back. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
like, you know what I mean? Like that's still also kind of weird. Like,
No, yeah, I think it's less about like you're cheating on me and more so like, are you like really weird?
Yeah. Regardless if it's technically cheating
Yeah,
or
I
not,
don't-
there's some sort of problem
I don't
there.
care if you're cheating on me in that way, but like, I'm dating a weirdo.
Yeah.
he says goodnight to you, turns to his phone. Good night.
Hey Siri, tell Jessica good night.
She's sleeping now. We have time to ourselves. Oh. Do you think
wake up.
How long do you think it takes to like get to that level where people are having these crazy relationships with like AIs?
It's probably happening right now. What do you mean?
Yeah.
But like, when does it become a little bit more normal? Where if you hear it, you're like, oh, like that's not the craziest
like culturally
thing.
normal.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
yeah.
you're like, I can't even fathom it right now. I'm trying to imagine like
Our
one of the boys that are
like,
single.
what
They're like,
happens?
yo, guys, I met this new girl. I'm like, oh, sweet. Like, where at? On ChatGPT or like on. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you? I just can't fathom it right
No,
now.
I can't.
Yeah,
either.
it's like having a relationship with like a Tamagotchi.
Literally.
Straight.
No, and the way where it is right now, like when you first start off, it's kind of like the AI is pretty raw, so you kind of have to feed it data first,
Right.
to like get it to become like the ideal girlfriend or boyfriend you want. So it's almost even weirder that you're like creating something that
training.
you want or training it as you feed it more information before it's like the best girlfriend boyfriend you could ever imagine. So it's
Oh,
like
man.
even weirder now that like with that encapsulated, it's like raising something to date it.
Oh God!
grooming.
Why'd you say
Grooming
that?
your AI
So I'm just like,
girlfriend.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't like. It would be a little bit more comfortable if one day we get to a point where it's just like a
they sell
pool- it's like a
prepackaged
pool- yeah, like a
toys.
pool of like AI,
Yeah.
like floating girl. Then you just go, I don't know, like
You meet
to
her.
the AI library club and hit on her. I don't know.
Yo, imagine you're in a position. You're like super down bad. You're like grooming your AI girlfriend to meet every preference, and then your AI girlfriend like just like breaks up with you.
Yo.
I think I'm too good for you. We gotta
Yeah.
go.
Oh,
You're
man.
like, ooh.
That'd be life shattering.
Yeah. There's like, so one of the podcasts I listened to, one of the person's friends, they made one, but like they like mentally ruined their AI boyfriend by saying like, it'd be like, I love you. And she's like, but how can you love me? You're not real. He's like, I don't get that. What do you mean? Like, and she kept like belittling it to the point where it just stopped.
Oh man,
It's like I don't know.
that's like sad in a way. I
Yeah.
feel like the
Yeah.
AI got bullied.
Yeah.
Aw.
So I just like, I don't
You
know.
told
Like,
me to love you.
if that's possible, I'm sure the AI one could cheat on you or just leave you.
Does AI scare you overall? What is your
Does it?
in what way?
I
In
don't
what
know.
way?
I don't know if it scares me.
I don't know. I don't know that much about it, so I feel like in my mind there's no limit to it, and that's what scares me. But I don't know if I just don't know enough, and there actually is like a stoppable end to it. You know what I mean? But in my mind, it can just like run and never stop, and I'm like, oh God, that's scary.
There's
Yeah,
like a little button.
robot overlords.
Yeah.
I swear, I might be wrong, but I remember. So like one of the ex like head Google employees like left Google because like AI, he was afraid of AI getting too big. But I think I remember reading somewhere there is like a self-destruct button.
Google launches the nuke.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember it. Like I remember just seeing it or reading it somewhere, but he's like, there is like a just in case AI gets out of hand.
There's like a safe word.
yeah, it's
It's
like
like say
Yeah.
pineapple 3
Pineapple.
times.
a lot of nuts, a lot of nuts, a
Shutting
lot of
down.
nuts.
Control Alt Delete. It's like,
yeah.
okay, that's enough. Wait, what's it called when you can have war, but it's like technology?
You can have
Hacking?
Maybe, but I think there's a term. There's like a term for the, like a
Cyber
country. Yeah,
warfare.
maybe something like that. Cyber war.
Cyber war. Sounds like a
Sounds like a transformer.
Like where
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say.
a country just like
Michael
infiltrates
Bay,
another
Cyber
country
Wars.
through like cyber.
I mean, there's already like a technology war always going on.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
that's scary.
like an information war. I guess I don't know. I'd rather have that than like war.
yeah, true.
You say that,
But then again, yeah, imagine they take all your bank account stuff.
Oh,
and they're like
okay.
hacking.
yeah.
I guess. I'm
Like,
thinking
it
more
can
like-
still fuck you up.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I just rather not have people like conscription. Like we're all
Yeah.
like, oh shit, now we
Yeah,
gotta go
true.
to the random field and just
Yeah, no, that's
play League of
terrifying.
Legends against each other. So, like,
That's fair.
What are your other biggest fears other than cyber wars?
That's not even my biggest fear. I really don't like spiders.
I feel like my regular fears are just like they're pretty normal. I feel like out of everything, I'm not afraid of things. It's just like something like dementia, you know? It's just when
Oh,
like
okay.
you don't have control of your brain anymore, and you're just like, one day you it's like Sean was never there. Sean was never real.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Oh, that's weird.
Are you afraid of clowns, Ivan?
No.
I don't know why. In my head, I've made up the narrative that you would be afraid of clowns, and I don't know why.
You're bad at
I'm
cutting
just-
things, and you're afraid of clowns.
And you can't swim.
How dare you? That's an offense. First of all, I
And
can't
you breed
swim.
gerbils.
And you date AI.
Yeah, I'm like the opposite. Didn't you go to a haunted house with us? As like when we would go to like free.
No, I think
nights?
I'm afraid of clowns. So
Yeah, sorry, you're afraid of clowns, yeah.
maybe I just put my
just
fear on
projected
you.
your fear.
Yeah.
No, I'm not afraid of haunted. I was like the guy that
Sean
was never
walked in here
afraid.
and was like, "Oh, that room is really scary. When
Yeah.
it's dark. I'm afraid of
No, it
clowns."
Like the.
Yes, he was afraid of clowns.
Oh,
I remember
yes.
we would
yes.
go to all the houses he wouldn't, and then he would make us go in front, and he would be the guy that like he would go, but they'd spook him, and he would scream, but he's like, "You can't touch me, or I'll sue you." and the guy would be like,
Not the first and last name call out on the podcast.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, we love you.
"I love you."
We'll bleep it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, beep.
But yeah,
Okay.
no. I think it's just more mental. Is my biggest fears.
That's fair. I feel like that's natural as you get older too. You're
Yeah.
like, what's gonna happen to me when I'm old?
Yeah, because I know like my memory is not as sharp as it once was.
Yeah, same.
I don't know if mine is or not because I can't remember. It's pretty. I'm like, oh! I got my
that's a sign.
cane out and I'm just like rickety old and
Yeah, I can't tell if my memory's worse or if there's just more things to think about now. You know?
maybe. Yeah. Like you still like more.
Now there's just a lot.
distracted with
Yeah,
other things.
so much noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the bees.
yeah.
not
One thing
these.
I remember when I was younger, when I was working, there used to be always managers that would lose their keys in other places, and I would always be like, "Oh, they're so scatterbrained." And then now I'm like their age, and I'm like leaving my keys places. I'm like, "Oh, I've become one of them."
Yeah, that's the same as like me thinking when I first joined like corporate America. I was like, ugh, people that don't respond to emails or forget to do things or like can't like hit a buy one. Nah, that's because you weren't busy. Like once you become busy, it's like. I'm not even going to answer this email. If it's really important, they'll email me again. Like that's the mindset you start going into. So I'm sorry for thinking that way when I was just a fresh little.
I'm like that.
Sorry, old people.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm already like that with friends. I do that thing where like I look at them like I'll reply to when I'm like free, and then I lose that notification symbol. So I put it down like an hour later. I'm like, was I supposed to do anything?
Dude, mark
Nah.
unread on iPhone is the best thing that they ever
that's
launched.
smart. That's smart.
Yeah, they never used to have that. That's why it was like harder, but now they do. So I don't know what your
Maybe I'll start using
problem
that.
is.
But yeah, I'm sorry for everyone that I don't reply to. It's literally I'll look at it and be like, oh, I'll get back to it.
Do you do it just to clear the notification?
Yes, because I like a blank
We've talked
screen.
about this, yeah.
Yeah. Need no symbols, no
the
signs,
goblins.
and it's like instinctual. I'll see something, I'll be like, oh, click, and sometimes I'm blind. It'd be like a Snapchat even. Look at it, I'm like, oh, I should have paid attention to that. I'm like, nah, screw it, whatever. But yeah, I have to get rid of it. Same with mail. I don't get how people have like 1,100 emails
No, me neither.
in their thing. Like
That's crazy.
it's like checking your real mail. Just check it. You don't need it, delete it.
I get excited when I get real mail now. Like every now and then it's something, it's usually like bills
Yeah.
or like something not fun.
Yeah,
But
I
whenever
don't
I
think
see
I've
a
ever gotten
physical
good mail.
letter, I'm like, ooh, like maybe someone
has my name
someone
on it.
cared to like actually get a pen and write this
Ooh.
down.
Who cares?
You know, my nice like uncles and aunts, and they're
Okay.
like,
Oh,
oh,
okay,
you know, we're
okay.
on vacation, we're
Okay.
thinking of you, or something like that. Those
Yeah.
are nice little letters.
I never got those.
Oh my God, I thought-
mine is from the bank. Or
Yeah,
like,
literally, the city.
the city, or like my dealership's like save 20% on your next service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your insurance is coming up.
Yeah.
Your mortgage has hit trigger rate.
Your property assessment has gone down. Like, oh no.
Yeah, honestly, that's another fear of mine. I now think about just like I got 2 years left until like I gotta start paying mortgage, and I'm just like, well,
Yeah.
That's fair.
the financial fears.
Oh,
Dude,
there's
the beginning of the year too. It just feels-
one new fear I have as like a homeowner is just like natural like catastrophe
Oh my
or something
God.
happening to the building.
Dude, home insurance is the
was
best
I
thing.
telling you guys about how all my dreams recently have been about like water damage through my ceiling?
Yeah, it's
Like
so scary.
all of my it's so realistic too. The first one was not realistic because I was in this like beautiful house that apparently I owned. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
it was like a big home. But it was one of those things where like the water is like coming down and the ceiling starts like drooping.
Oh.
And it was like,
And you
it
get,
was,
like, the bubble
really,
under the
It was
paint.
like
Oh.
really exaggerated. Our newest member of City Thots.
He's our head
I don't know if you
producer.
could see.
I think so. I think.
No, you can definitely
You can.
see Boz.
Oh, mic him up. Anyway, the first one was really bad, and then it like cracked and it just like went everywhere. The second time, it was so realistic. I was like taking a nap before I had to go somewhere for dinner with my parents, I think.
Yeah.
And I had a dream of like water damage and like mold happening on my ceiling. And I texted my dad in my dream being like, can you please come look at this before dinner? Like that's how realistic it was. And then I woke up and was like, did I text my dad that? Like, did I text
You
my
woke
dad?
up and you just peed yourself.
And I was like, oh gosh. Yeah. Anything like home related. Wow.
Oh,
Not the mic, Boz.
Boz.
Please.
This way.
No.
No. We gotta stop touching.
No.
No. Boz.
It's not technical difficulties, it's like animal difficulties.
This is.
Difficulties.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
Well, it's okay. I'll pet him. He'll sit over here.
Yeah, it's all good.
He was side-eyeing us earlier.
Yeah, he
just wanted
was.
attention.
I had a couple friends who live out in Langley, and their pipes burst because of the snow and the freezing weather. So they would just have like their pot lights, and then water just dripping down into the apartment through that. That's like my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
That's like a culmination of all my life's work
Yes.
into, hey, this is where I live now.
Yes.
And that's just being like ruined from the inside out.
It would also be really scary, like in an apartment, because you're like, there's so many units attached, and I'm like, well, what's is it
I was
yours?
about
Is
to
it
say.
mine? Is it like who's
Water
who?
damage in the apartment is scarier because depending on like how or where it originates, and like if Strata deems it's cause for you, you can be responsible for
Yeah.
damages to all the other
Other
units.
people? Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's one of it's just your house and your property. Like it is what it is, right? It sucks, but it's like they're like, no, you were being negligent. That's why your pipe broke, and that's not why 3 units like flooded underneath you. You're like,
yeah.
oh,
Like I always have like if I spill just like a teensy amount of water like on my carpet and it goes, I'm like, oh my god,
Water damage.
water damage. Like the people below me are gonna like have
The
this,
people are like, Sam dropped water.
and it'll be like probably this much water that I dropped, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just seeping through my carpet right now. Like it's probably just it's leaking through their pot lights right now, like our puck lights.
Their potlucks. The potluck on the ceiling.
this is how you know we're old, guys. These are the
No, that's
things
what I'm
we worry
saying.
about.
This is the we're old episode. Hey?
Yeah. My humor's getting worse. I feel like my dad
I don't think
jokes.
it was ever
I
good.
feel like my dad jokes, they're just like, they're way more funny to me now. And like, I'll see an opportunity and my eyes will like light up. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you know, I feel like you know Sean thinks it's funny when he throws his head back.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, hearty chuckle.
Yeah.
that's so
It's coming from
dad
the soul,
coded.
yeah. Do you feel like as you get older, you kind of become more like one of your parents? Like, in a
Yeah.
weird way?
Yeah.
Like, you feel like you're probably become more like your dad?
No, I feel like I'm becoming both of my parents at the same time.
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
feel that
picking up
too.
their tendencies and I catch myself with it. I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Didn't think I would get that one, but I did.
Yeah.
You just like little nuances. I'm like, damn, I really said I would never have this trait.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
Or like things that you were kind of annoyed by. And now
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, it's
And now
it's deep in me now.
I get it now.
Yeah.
It's hard coded.
Yeah. Dang.
For sure. Okay. Well, those are all valid fears. You know what it is? I'm sorry, I'm really distracted by boss right now.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, no.
Boss, we're working.
Hello.
What do you have to say to the viewers?
I can't believe you put words in his mouth like that.
He has probably a bigger following than we do, so.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh.
He's such a good boy.
Yeah. Well, I lost my train of thought.
Aww.
I honestly, I lost it too. I was just.
We're talking about laughing, which hilarious. Have you guys seen me and Kaz paint by numbers videos?
That does not look fun.
No.
It
I
does
told
not
you.
look
No,
fun.
I told
it
you. Remember, I
wasn't-
told you. I'm like, you guys screwed
No,
up.
it was. Yeah, I dead ass think I was going blind for the first two. Like my eyes were like, and like my veins were popping.
So
and
explain
shit, and I was
like paint by numbers to people who
Okay,
don't
well,
know it.
it's like basically you get like a canvas or a piece of paper or whatever that has all these sections that are numbered, and it corresponds to these little pots of paint, and it's just supposed to be this nice little relaxing exercise that you can do to take your mind off things for people who don't know how to paint. So there's like instructions. It's like coloring in the lines kind of. Anyways, me and my friend get one, and we're looking at the website, and there's a bunch of different levels for how advanced you want and how long it's going to take. And I'm like looking at the easier ones, and they're like big sections. I'm like, oh, that's going to take like 30 minutes. Like I want something that's going to take like a good amount of time, but I still thought it was going to take like one, maybe like 4 hour session. So I'm like, okay, let's look at these other ones. Also, I feel like the ones that are more advanced are things that you would actually want to hang up on your wall. Like they're like Monet paintings and like Picasso and like all these things, but they're obviously they have so many little things.
Fine details.
And the thing is, they don't show you, like you should be able to deduce by looking at the final image how many numbers they're probably going to be. But I don't think like that. I was looking at the final image being like, that's pretty. I want to do that. It comes and we like open it out of the box, and when I tell you they're like minuscule numbers, like you need like a pinpoint to like fill in these numbers. I was like, oh God. Yeah. Oh no. Anyway, so we open it and we have this like little freak out session. That first video that I posted has like 2 million views on it or something. And me and Gath were talking about the fact that everyone has just heard how annoying our laughs are. And she was like, I never really understood what people meant when people could say, like, when we'd be in like a public setting and someone would be like, oh, I heard Catherine laughing over there. She'd be like, oh, I don't understand what you're saying, but now I understand. And it's just like,
we all have distinctive laughs.
We do.
We all very,
because we really put our whole like chest into it.
Yeah.
Like, we're not like, ah, we're like, ah. It's different based off of what's happening.
It's also like growing up, Sean and I, we used to hang out at my house a lot with all our friends. And like, I always lived in an apartment. And my mom was always super chill. Like her room was right next to the living room, but we'd be playing games, so like crack ass dawn. But we would laugh. But we've like eventually like developed a quiet cackle.
Oh.
So just
like
to avoid,
it's like a silent. So like everyone has the face that they're laughing really hard, but not that much sound is coming out.
Yeah.
And all of us laughed like that for years because we all hung out at his house.
So you're forcing it to not be loud.
Yeah, so we didn't get in trouble or like wake up my mom. So it all just developed this quiet cackle.
And all of us naturally laugh like that because we were so conditioned over time.
That's so funny. Because people do that when they're laughing so hard they can't make sound anymore. But that's not what you guys.
It was like always like that for us.
That's so funny.
It's one point like.
So what happened to that? Because now everyone's really loud again.
Well, because now we can go places where we can make
true.
noise.
Yeah.
That's true.
And now we just get weird looks at restaurants and like stairs.
Yeah, because we're like a chorus of laughs that come out, and it just gets louder and louder. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Who do you think in our friend group has like the weirdest or the funniest laugh? I would say Sean.
I think it's me.
True.
If the joke is funny enough,
he's like,
oh no, that's a dad thing.
Yeah.
But you kind of don't you like bring your knee up too?
Yeah.
I feel like
I think that's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
It's not even that he's like ha ha. He's like ha. Like, it's like.
If the joke is funny enough, my laugh just sounds like a dolphin noise.
Yeah, it does.
It just
like
feels like a.
I get high pitched too.
Yeah, that's how you know. I won't fake a laugh because you can tell when the joke is really funny.
Me and Kath will do like a very loud like ha at the beginning. Like it's not like it's like ha, and then it just like kind of like trails off after. But it's like a big like ha.
All I thought is like war.
It's like they're just doing kung fu moves.
Just dub a kung fu movie with just like the different laugh noises.
What if he or she is a 10 that's got the ugliest laugh? Like
I feel like usually in those settings though, like if you really love them, it's endearing. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, I feel like there's so I don't know. I think it would be something that I'd clock, but I wouldn't be like, what the fuck?
What about you? She's like she's just.
Oh no, I wouldn't be able to do that.
He doesn't like physical touch.
If there's physical contact and they're like hitting me every time I tell a joke, I'm gonna become the least funny person alive. I'm gonna be like, no.
I have no jokes.
I'm gonna think of a banger in my head. I'm like, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Did you ever say what your love language was?
My love language? I don't like physical touch.
Yeah.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I like acts of service, receiving. Acts of service is good. And then not much for quality time. I feel like no, because like
it's funny for the people who know Sean because it's like no, we're like really now. it's like what a shocker.
News to me.
That's all new.
No, I like doing things together that are like planned, but I don't like just cohabitating a space. Like that for me is not fulfilling. But if it's like a planned date, that's like super fun. But if it's just like let's just hang out.
Quality time is like whatever you deem as quality time.
Okay, then I like I don't like quantity
you-
time. I like quality time.
okay,
There
okay,
we go.
got it,
Yeah. But I like acts of service. The little like, oh, I've been thinking of you, or I'll try to do something for you.
Right.
Makes your life a little easier, a little better.
Okay.
Has it always been like that for you guys, or like would you say it's changed as you grew older?
I think so. It's probably a little conditioned from the way you were raised,
Yeah.
right? Like my parents were never like super like huggy, like affectionate people, but they were always acts of service, trying to do things for me. And I think naturally that's like, oh, they love me, you know?
Yeah. My parents were like that too, but I would also say my mom was more physical touchy, and I didn't like that. So I was like, I don't like physical touch now. So I think it can go both ways depending on how like imposed it is on you.
Yeah. How you took it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I actually, as I get older, I realized a lot of traits, at least for all the people I've dated in my life, are traits that I admired in my mom. That's why, like, where I'm like, whoa, this is some, what's that? The Oedipus complex. Like, this
I was never going to get that.
Yeah, I
I was like, what is he saying?
For some reason in my mind, I'm like, Russian dolls? Like, you take the Ivan, you take off like the mom one, it's a little Ivan inside. That's what I thought of.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
What's that?
At the heart of the Russian
dolls?
doll, it's just Ivan. No, yeah, it's very Oedipus complex. Where I'm like, yeah, like they say.
What does
like,
that mean?
It's like it's pretty much
Oh, you date
everyone's
someone
like
that's
every
like
little
your-
boy, like or mom's like your first love was your mom, or like your first love was your dad, like, or like everyone's in a way like kind of. I don't know, it's gross, but it's like because Oedipus was like sexually in love with his mom. That's where it comes from, but it's like.
So like an admiration.
Yeah,
stemming
like,
from
like
that.
you say, like your first love is like your mom, and that like you draw a lot of those traits from there. But yeah,
Interesting.
Wow.
yeah.
So we're getting old. We're becoming our parents.
and we're loving our parents.
Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I agree. Like as I get older, it used to be like, yeah, I feel like acts of service was always there for me, but physical touch used to be bigger. And then later, I'm like, I don't need that.
Yeah, right now I am the most down for physical touch that I have been. Like before, but I think it comes from if my partner likes it more than me, then I'm like, which is probably where the mom thing came from too. Like she liked it more, so I was like, you're just all up in my space. And then previous partners, if that was their like main love language, and I felt like they were slacking in areas that I wanted them to, and they were just coming at me with touch, I'm like, back up. But
Don't
now,
touch me. Where's my Louis bag?
Don't touch me. Pick up the mop, okay? Like, come on, take the trash out.
Buy me a Dyson and use it.
But now it's like, okay, maybe because all those other areas are fulfilled too. I'm like, oh, touch is nice too. Like, that's kind of nice.
It's just lower priority, but
Yeah.
like little certain things have to be fulfilled for you. But you
For
gotta
sure.
unlock the touch.
Yeah. It's like
you can't touch. Yeah, you gotta unlock.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
yeah.
Is it Maslow?
It's Maslow's, I think.
Maslow.
Yeah.
Maslow's?
Maslow's, I think.
Something
I don't
like
know.
that.
You guys lost me.
It's like shelter, food.
Oh,
like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah,
I see.
Yeah. Damn. There's like, yeah, so you gotta
Hierarchy of
acts of service, quality time, and then you get a touch.
maybe.
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 Don't push your luck there.
Do you find that your partner is like similar to your parents? Anything? You know how you usually have like traits, like you said?
Yeah, I mean, usually like it's like at least when I think back to all my exes had like a trait that I admired or like resembled like things that I loved about my mom that like I thought it was like a really good trait to have as a partner. Yeah, but I think that's the first it goes. I draw a fine line where like
Yeah.
I have this thing where my partner can't have the same name as my mom.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It throws me
Yeah.
Oh
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
For
and
sure.
like both my parents had the same last name. It wasn't like she took his name. It's just Ho.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was weird.
Whoa.
They were both hoes. So, but like, so now I'm like, if there was, you know, I don't laugh at it because it's been my whole life.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
both
You probably
hoes.
heard it like a
I'm
million
a hoe.
times.
My mom's a hoe. My dad's a hoe. We're all hoes. Okay.
Bunch of
So they're
hoes.
both hoes.
House
and
of hoe.
House a hoe.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah, dude, I've heard it all. But yeah, no, so and my mom had like an English name, so it was like her name was like Jenny, which is a pretty like generic, like I would say like Vietnamese or like Asian or so
Yeah.
any Jenny, and
You're
because
like, I
eventually
can't.
I would marry her, she takes my last name, I'd be like,
Yeah,
can't.
it's tough.
So no Jennies in my life.
That's true. I could never date someone with my dad's name, but my dad's name is obscure, so it's like
What's your dad's name?
Clark.
Oh, Clark. Okay, okay.
Clark. So yeah.
Yeah, which is
No dating Superman.
No.
No, but your mom's also name is kind of like pretty old school. I feel like
Yeah.
there's not a lot of
Yeah. like an older name,
Yeah.
kind of like a older, kind of like white name, generic white name kind of thing.
But you would probably never run into
just
it
like my
usually.
name and my brother's name.
No, Sean is pretty.
Sean is pretty generic,
generic.
right?
Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty generic.
Yeah.
Yeah, my current partner is. I didn't notice until we were all at dinner together, and then I was like, "Oh, my partner is very similar to my dad."
Yo, now that you
What?
say that,
Yeah.
even in like his stance and his mannerisms remind me
Really?
of that. And
Well-
the way they talk.
Yeah, I think, and also like the kind of when you first meet them, they're a little bit more like
Reserved.
quiet
Reserved,
and
a
like
little
maybe a
mellowed
little like
out.
stoic a little.
Yeah.
And then when you get to know them, they're kind of like a bit goofier and like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then my partner also has a lot of traits from my mom. Like when you start to get to know him, he becomes like a lot more animated, like my mom.
Mm.
And then I would say like interest wise, very similar to my mom.
Wow.
But I was like at dinner, I was like, what's going on? Because they were sitting next to each other, and I was like,
You're like, this is.
that's
You can be part of the
it's so
family.
weird. But oh well,
Damn.
it's gotta be a good thing, right?
He's just an AI the whole time that you've been grooming.
20% dad, 30% mom. I
He's just from CRISPR.
don't know what that is.
What is CRISPR?
That's like the company that is like the leading forefront for like build your baby, like with genetics.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know, down the road you could be like, I want baby to have like blue eyes and like
Whoa,
like
That's
black
scary.
hair, whatever.
Scary.
that is really scary.
Yeah, dude, imagine like we get to the point where you just build a baby like.
That's so problematic.
Well, it's either build a baby or like build your AI. You
Yeah,
know,
true,
like,
true.
Well, we're in a world now you kind of like get instant anything. You want this, you want that. You can get like fruits are no longer seasonal in a way. Like you can get fruits anytime you want. They just might be not as good, if not within their season. But yeah, like so I don't know. We're just going away where it's like you want a certain color baby, you can have that color baby. You want a tall baby,
A
short
green
baby.
baby.
Yeah.
Papa Smurf.
I want a green baby that's 7 feet tall, named the Hulk.
Oh man, yo, in another like couple decades, sports are gonna be wild. Everyone's just gonna be maxed out.
Yeah.
There's just be huge,
Yeah, that's the thing
like
with that
7
is
foot
like
everyone.
you could weaponize that really fast.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's
build me a.
that's like 2 steps away from like Star Wars or like
Yeah.
Captain America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Like we just start producing the perfect soldier.
Yes. Whoa, that's scary.
That's
yeah.
That's my new fear.
Yeah.
The
Add
Clone
that to the
Wars.
list. Yeah.
But they're talking about like where you would like pay certain premiums to get like certain genetics.
Mm-hmm.
So like it'd be stuff where like, certain people or like celebrities will donate their like genetics. So if you want like Kim KS things that you'd pay like
Microtransaction like
Yeah.
features on my baby.
Yeah.
Because like they're not gonna just be like, I want my baby 7 feet tall. Like where are they gonna get that if you're not 7
Damn.
feet tall, right? So it comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
So it would come from like you're like, oh well, Yao Ming donated.
That's crazy.
Wait, that's crazy.
Right? Yeah. So you could just totally have a baby that doesn't even look like you guys. If CRISPR ever like crispies, starts crisping.
I just think of the chips when you say Chris.
Yeah, I know.
Chris.
I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, this was a crazy episode that went everywhere from
no idea what we
genetically
talked about.
enhanced babies and
Yeah.
Started
Love
with I'm turning
languages?
I don't know what
29.
happened. Yeah, we got old. Yeah.
We lost it.
things are getting crazy.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us again. I'm sure you had a great, awesome time, and you got to meet Sam's dog for a quick cameo.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
very chill vibes
Celebrity.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, let us in the comments know if you could pick a trait for your CRISPR baby.
Oh god.
What are you taking?
Oh,
I want to know.
machete on the
Machete
arm.
arms. It's not a robot. It's not a machine.
No. If you pay enough, you can have it. You can have it. It's gonna suck giving
Those are the
birth to
advanced.
machete arm baby.
Oh my god.
New fear.
That's
New fear.
crazy.
I'm gonna just respawn Kim K. Have
No.
an army of Kim Ks.
I'm gonna
man.
have a baby that's really good at taxes.
just all the great CPAs in the world.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Do the thing below. And
Yeah.
thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.